Okay, so quick weekly outlook. Let's see. I'll move over to this here. So bullish candle on the weekly. Um, this right here is kind of a bunch of mess. Can't really see it because it's on the weekly, but I'll drop down to the 1 day in a second. You can see we've kind of just been sideways for a bit and gapping open pretty much every day. This one here is the only day I believe we didn't gap open. Um, so kind of messy, kind of back and forth, but on the weekly basis, bullish for this current week. So we could look for a TGIF retracement today or tomorrow. That's retracing 20 to 30% from the peak. That would put us at 19,137.75 for 20% and 18,958 for 30%. Now we can actually move over to what we're seeing right now. So I got the 15-second going right now just because its price has been a little bit better this week. It's been a lot better than we've seen over the past like couple weeks. Um, so we do have this at the 15 for the time being. We'll see if things continue to be clean. Like right here, it looks a little messy. But currently, I'm just gonna back out. I gotta go to a higher time frame. Currently, we moved up pretty high last night. I think we had some earnings or something. So that took us up here through the 19,384 level. And we've retraced pretty much since 12 a.m. last night. I still think it's pretty bullish, but we do got to be a little cautious considering we ran out that um 19384 level, which goes pretty far back. Let's see if we can get it in here. So this level here, that's the highest liquidity that we've got until this back here, which is the afternoon that Trump announced the tariffs. So gonna move back into current price action. Little messy. Like this right here is pretty clean delivery. This is kind of messy. This is messy. This is messy as well, and this is cleanish. Um, and then we get over here and we can see it's pretty messy. Just a lot of back and forth. So interesting right now is we went pretty close to. Oh no, we actually traded into it. So we traded into the first presented fair value gap here. Um, and then came a little higher. I'll look at the 15-second because it does look like now we are seeing inefficient delivery. And I was just saying that I like this delivery. Like this was pretty clean, but right here, this is looking pretty inefficient. So I think I might move up to the 5-minute basis and keep the one open over here. Unless we start moving more quickly. We also have data coming out at 10 o'clock. So I think I may wait to take a trade until then. I want to see what the 950 macro brings us. And if I don't see anything great, then I'll wait until after 10 o'clock to take an entry. But based off of this current delivery right here, it does kind of look like we're moving lower. And if we were to close around here, going into 10 o'clock, I would look for price to continue moving down, but this is pretty messy right here, so there aren't really inefficiencies down here that we would want to go after. We have this volume imbalance, but we traded into it here and moved away. And up here, let's see, we didn't trade into any inefficiencies up here on the 5. So we want to see if this holds. I kind of feel like it won't. I'm not certain, but just based off of the price action that we're seeing right now, I think price will disrespect the midpoint of this. So that's why we're sticking with the 5. So on a 15-second, we traded into this inefficiency here, but still want to stick with the 5. I like that this is faster right now, but I don't like that it's kind of back and forth and disrespecting like order blocks and fair value gaps. So 5 is where we'll be. Very possible that this is a high resistance liquidity run for sell side. We see this order block here is the only one that's been respected. This is an order block, I believe, on the 5. Let's take a look. No, interesting. So that's not just 5 minutes. It is 5 minutes of time, but it is over 2 different candles. So, but yeah, 15-second, got an order block here on the 1 minute. We have what looks like an order block that may close here. We got to see how this closes. Um, and we have this one here as well as this one here. So solid delivery on the 1 minute here. Very big handles, of course, for candles. Um, but it is kind of looking like a high resistance run for sell side liquidity. Either that or just inefficiency. So 950 macro should be running right now. On a 15, this is pretty ugly right here. There aren't really any order blocks that have been respected on the 15-minute. That's interesting. I don't trust this. I feel like it's going to come down and then just push back up. We'd be wrong, of course, but just based off of the delivery that we're seeing right now, I don't find it super trustworthy. Let's see if price can close below this fair value gap here on the 1. So I'm actually going to note that fair value gap on the 1 over here. So over on this side, let's watch how price is treating this fair value gap. Ideally, would like to see it close below the midpoint and then fail to get above it, but with this sort of price action, I'd want to see it close below and then fail to get to the midpoint if we're going to go lower. Um, we could just bounce out of here because this is an inefficiency in an overall bullish environment. So I'm gonna just yeah. So see, like, overall pretty bullish. We are in a bit of a bearish delivery, but very possible that we could just be referencing this fair value gap and then taking off. I don't really know because of this price action. It's definitely tougher to read. So that's why I'm sticking with the higher time frame here. No clean sense of direction at the moment still. On the 5 minute, we did just trade into this volume imbalance. I want to see how we close. I want to see if we close over it or if we come back down, leaving it open. I'm going to keep an eye on these here. They're all in sync right now, which is great. We want to see them stay in sync. Um, Something kind of tells me that this consumer sentiment report is going to throw them out of sync and have one like break even, one positive and one negative. We'll see. Ideally, I'd like them to stay in sync. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Um, but I'd like to see that. Gotta zoom out just to see what we have for liquidity. So there is this is really smooth. There's a lot of sell side liquidity right here. Um, would make sense for price to run through this. These lows would make so much sense for it to run through these. This up here is more jagged, but this is super smooth. And that's been building since last night or yesterday at 1 p.m. So still 40 seconds here before the data is released, but I do like the idea of taking these out. And it doesn't have to happen when the report's released. We could continue higher, but eventually I expect these to be taken out. It's a lot of sell side liquidity. So this is interesting. This is how price normally moves when we get data released. The past like 3 months, price hasn't really done this. It's just kind of hung out or had a massive candle in either direction. So take a look at these here. Keep an eye on these. It does look like we will get that um, divergence where one's break even, one's down, and the other one's up still. So let's keep an eye on that and see if that occurs. On the 5 minute basis, let's also watch this fair value gap to see um, if we can close above it or if we trade into it and then quickly run out of it. But right now it seems that we are staying within it. Let's see, 15. And on the 15, we're inside of a fair value gap here. Not the most efficient delivery, but it's moving in a direction. It's not just stuck sideways, so do like that. Just moving down to the 15 second to see if it's clean or if it's messy. This isn't too bad right here. I want to see how this current candle closes. We have two down close candles, so possible order block. I want to see how this closes. If this is an order block and price is going to move higher, we'd like to see this one here close up. It's a little bit inefficient. Like we've got this massive candle here, we've got these wicks, we've got a possible volume imbalance right here, so it's a little messy. I do think if we run higher, we end up coming back down to clean some of this up. Let's see what we got on the one. Only this volume imbalance on the one. So again, if this is going to be bullish, we want this to close above the midpoint of this here. Okay. So doesn't seem like we're getting much of a sense of direction on the 15 second. Back up to the 5. This is messy. So this we may just see a morning of going nowhere. Ideally, we'd like to see something that provides an entry between 10 and 11 o'clock, but right now it just isn't very clean. NQ is the leader right now, so let's keep an eye on it. It just broke into positive territory, so there we have that SMT divergence. I mean, this is an entry that could be taken. I don't love it. It's not for me. But we have this fair value gap here. We have this volume imbalance. We closed it, and if this closes up, that could be an immediate rebalance. But again, it's so messy right now. I don't really trust it. I wouldn't take it. 15 seconds, still messy. And NQ is right back to being alongside the others. So I would this is ugly. Um, but I can see a displacement candle here. I It's not for me, not an entry for me, but the fact that we open down right here, I could see a displacement candle. It would be a very fast, large candle up. Um, but again, not for me because this isn't very clear. So we're seeing a little bit of divergence here now. NQ still the clear leader. ES is flat, and YM is still in the negative territory. So we could see that the way, because of the way this presented, just the way this candle opened, as well as on the 1 minute, this becoming an immediate rebalance here, we could see that this would displace. Again, not an entry for me. At least not while live streaming. I want to do things that are pretty consistent, um, and follow my models that yield good results often. So obviously wasn't going to take that, but we could kind of see even through the messy price action here that we'd get this displacement candle. Okay, it's looking like it's starting to get a little more efficient over here on the one, based off of the way these few candles delivered. Not so much this one, but let's drop down and see how it looks over here. So super small volume imbalance here. I don't think that really matters. Took out this buy side liquidity. I'd be looking for this next if I wasn't in a long position. Gonna take a look at the 15-second right now, just based off of how quickly price seemed to be delivering. Usually when it's delivering pretty quickly, 15-second will be more efficient, even if the higher time frames aren't as efficient. Hmm. Possible propulsion block with this one trading into here. Nope. So we can see if this is an immediate rebalance. If this is an immediate rebalance, this candle here, this candle or the very next one will complete closing this one here and then continue moving us higher. So I do think this one should go straight up. We've got an order block over here on this side as well. Little late there. Let's see. So this would have to be down here. So this is all I'd look for up here, this 417 area. I want to see if this trades into this one here. The way price is moving, it's going pretty quickly. So I don't think it's a high likelihood of trading into here, but I do think if it trades into this, you'd have to be pretty quick and take an entry. God, that's still so much leverage though. Don't enjoy that. Oh, that's why. So I want to see if this closes above the midpoint of this. Below. Maybe an immediate rebalance though. I want to see if the price here starts to displace higher. So it looks like it could be an immediate rebalance. I would want to see it continue to spool higher. But we could also be slowing down right here. Okay, so slowing down a bit. Let's see what we got here. Today's new day opening gap is where we are. So this makes sense to kind of slow down and hang out for a bit. Small fair value gap here. Let's see how we treat that. Do we just go through it or do we touch it and quickly move back up? Oh man, so on the mini, this looks like an order block. On the micro, it's not as prevalent. So I want to see if we can get through the midpoint here. And I want to come down in here a little bit. Okay, so looks like we're getting a bit of price discovery here, so I'm gonna stay out until we can see if we're gonna continue moving higher or if we're gonna see a change in delivery. I have a volume imbalance here on the mini, but not the micro. Hmm. Possible order block. Don't really trust it right now. Because of that bullish delivery, as well as us being in a pretty bullish delivery all week. So I'm gonna wait and see if we can get an order block or some sort of bullish or bearish premium PD array down in this area, or just anywhere lower than this one. And now we're in a fair value gap on the one. Yeah, that's not super trustworthy on the 15-second. Oh man, got this SMT divergence again, so it's probably gonna be a rocky morning. Ugh. I kind of want to wait until we can see the divergence kind of leave and stay away for a bit. And I'm fine not really trading inside of this or this right now. Okay, better. Mm, I think this is still above the midpoint of that. Okay, all three indices are in sync now. Just trying to see on the 15 if we just traded into anything. We did not, so just sideways. And kind of what I expected coming into today. Yeah, so 1 minute looks like the best right now. I'm gonna watch this, see if we close below this. All right, pulling that off and going to stick with the one for right now. Then we might see this most of the morning. And if we do, I'll just close up early, come back in the afternoon. All right. So this is either going to continue sideways or this current candle is just going to be a massive candle straight down before this closes on the 1 minute. I'm not jumping the gun, so if we miss it, we miss it. If not, this is just going to be sideways. And if this doesn't end up closing down here, I'm just going to close upstream because I don't really want to deal with the sideways price action. Interesting. I don't like this delivery. It's messy. Just gonna target this. Um, if we hit that, I don't know. I'll either adjust my stop or just close it out, but I don't really love this delivery right now. Nice. If we go through this midpoint here, I'm gonna close upstream because it's not really conducive for trading if it does that. Like if it goes back through this, we're not actually seeing price seeking liquidity on either side. Ideally, we'd like to see this current candle or the very next one just come down. I don't think there's anything on the 5 or oh, well, we have this volume imbalance, but this was already touched. Okay. I'm gonna go touch some grass. This isn't going anywhere. Stopped out twice, once barely in profit. The other one for a small loss. So just gonna close this up. Um, yeah. Hope you guys had fun or learned something. I don't really know. Kind of trash price action. Again, see you guys later. Be good. Be safe.